Welcome back to Two Wheel Trends, where we break down the latest motorcycles that matter. Today, we've got something truly exciting, an all-new Scrambler that blends modern engineering with a heavy dose of old-school grit. We're diving into a full deep-dive review of the 2025 Triumph Scrambler 400X, a bike that's been making waves for being the most accessible entry into Triumph's world of rugged, retro-themed machines. It promises the brand's premium British DNA, adventure-ready dynamics, and urban usability, all without breaking the bank. But does it live up to the hype? Well, we took it for an extended spin, across city streets, highways, and even a bit of rail work, to bring you a comprehensive picture. This isn't just a quick take. We're going deep at everything from the design cues to the way it feels when you're pushing it past 90 on an open road. Let's start with the presence this bike carries, because before you even get it running, the Scrambler 400X makes a strong statement. The front view immediately communicates its Scrambler identity. There's a large 19-inch front wheel shod with dual-purpose Metzeler Cruise Street tires, adding a beefy visual stance that feels ready for the rough stuff. The wide handlebars are raised and swept just enough to give that upright, commanding riding position, and the handguards give it an extra layer of off-road credibility. The round LED headlamp is encased in a brushed aluminum bezel and flanked by LED indicators that are sleek but don't stray too far from the retro vibe. That headlamp sits behind a high-mounted front fender and a clean, no-nonsense number plate-style fly screen, contributing to the off-road aesthetic without getting too gimmicky. Moving to the side profile, this is where the Scrambler 400X really flexes its design philosophy. It retains a stripped-down, functional look that echoes the spirit of classic Scramblers from the 60s, but every line and curve is engineered with a modern edge. You've got that beautifully sculpted 13-liter fuel tank, finished in Triumph signature paintwork that includes subtle pinstripes and a bold Triumph badge. The exposed trellis frame painted in Triumph signature graphite finish adds to the mechanical appeal. A long, ribbed seat extends into the tail section, offering both a vintage look and true functionality. It's wide and flat enough for uprighting and long hauls. The upswept exhaust with a brushed stainless steel heat shield reinforces the classic Scrambler silhouette, but it also tucks in nicely to avoid getting in the way during spirited rides off the beaten path. From the rear, the Scrambler 400X continues with that rugged, minimal approach. The LED tail lamp is slim and mounted neatly under the rear rack, which is practical for mounting luggage or accessories. You'll notice that the rear fender is compact but manages to keep the design proportionate, and it holds the license plate and indicators on a tidy bracket. The dual-purpose rear tire wraps a 17-inch alloy wheel, and the bike's slightly taller stance compared to its road-biased sibling the Speed 400A is noticeable. Ground clearance is solid at 195 mm, and with 150 mm of suspension travel at both ends, you get a bike that looks ready to take a few hits and keep going. Now, underneath all that visual appeal, there's a heart that Triumph has engineered from the ground up. The Scrambler 400X is powered by a brand new 398cc liquid-cooled, single-cylinder engine. Triumph calls it the TR Series engine, and while it shares the same core as the Speed 400, there's been a bit of tuning to suit the Scrambler nature. You're looking at 39.5 horsepower at 8,000 revolutions per minute and 37.5 Newton-meters of torque peaking at 6,500 revolutions per minute. It's paired with a 6-speed gearbox and equipped with a slipper clutch, which smooths out aggressive downshifts and adds a premium feel to gear changes. The engine's character is smooth yet punchy. It doesn't feel buzzy or strained even when you're revving it hard. In the city, the torque comes on early and linear, making it easy to filter through traffic or climb inclines without needing to downshift constantly. On the highway, the Scrambler 400X can hold 100 km/h comfortably in fifth gear, with a bit more left in the tank for overtakes. Cruising at 120 doesn't feel like you're stressing the engine, which is impressive for a single cylinder of this size. The power band is broad, making it a forgiving choice for new riders while still delivering enough zest for experienced ones who know how to push it performance-wise. The Scrambler 400X is a surprisingly capable machine. The suspension setup is well judged for its category. You get 43mm upside-down front forks and a preload adjustable rear monoshock, tuned slightly softer than the Speed 400 to soak up bumps and trail chatter. It doesn't feel vague or wallowy on the tarmac either. Triumph has struck a balance that allows the bike to corner confidently while still absorbing ruts and potholes with grace. The brakes come from Brembo, a Brembo subsidiary, with a 320mm front disc and a 230mm rear, both with dual-channel ABS. Notably, the ABS is switchable at the rear, which is crucial for riders who want to take this machine off-road and need more control. When you start pushing it through twisty sections, the bike's weight or the lack thereof comes into play, tipping the scales at 179 kilograms with a full tank. The Scrambler 400X feels light on its feet. That wide handlebar and upright seating give you excellent leverage to flick it around. Whether on asphalt or gravel, there's plenty of feedback through the chassis, and the bike communicates its limits without any surprises. It's confidence-inspiring, which is vital for a Scrambler-style bike that's supposed to handle unpredictable surfaces. In terms of features, Triumph has done well to walk the line between retro charm and modern convenience. The Scrambler 400X comes with a semi-digital instrument cluster that includes an analog speedometer and a digital screen for your tachometer, gear position indicator, fuel gauge, and trip info. It doesn't have full smartphone connectivity or TFT graphics like some of its rivals, but the essentials are all there and easy to read. There's also a USB-C charging port, a switchable traction control system, and the aforementioned ABS, which shows that Triumph didn't skimp on safety tech even in this beginner-friendly package. Now, let's talk about pricing because that's where Triumph has really played a bold hand. The Scrambler 400X is priced very competitively for what it offers. Depending on your market, it slots in just a bit higher than the Speed 400, owing to its more rugged build and extra hardware. But even then, you're looking at a bike that undercuts many of its Japanese or European rivals in the entry-level adventure or scrambler space, while still offering better components and arguably more brand heritage. In India, it's expected to be under a superscript 13 lakh X showroom, while in global markets, it comes in at around $5,500 $6,000. For that price, you're getting real value via premium design, a new engine, capable hardware, and the kind of brand cachet that typically comes at a much higher cost. Owning a Triumph has always had a kind of aspirational vibe to it, and now with the Scrambler 400X, it feels genuinely attainable. It's not just about price, though, it's also about the ownership experience. Triumph is backing the bike with a solid 2-year unlimited mileage warranty and service intervals set at every 16,000 kilometers. Which is way above the class average. That speaks volumes about their confidence in this engine platform and build quality. So, where does that leave us? The 2025 Triumph Scrambler 400X is more than just an entry-level motorcycle with a Scrambler badge. It's a well-rounded, capable, and genuinely enjoyable machine that doesn't feel like a compromise in any department. It gives new riders a platform to learn and grow on, while also satisfying more experienced ones looking for a lightweight, versatile tool to conquer both city streets and weekend dirt trails. It's stylish, practical, and backed by a serious brand that's clearly invested in building something long-lasting. If you're in the market for your first bike, or your next lightweight do-it-all machine, the Scrambler 400X deserves a test ride at the very least. It's the kind of bike that makes you want to take the long way home. It turns heads, feels rewarding to ride, and carries that intangible triumph aura that's usually reserved for bikes with a much bigger price tag. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the 2025 Triumph Scrambler 400X. If you found this review helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to Two Wheel Trends, and let us know in the comments. Would you pick this Scrambler over the competition? Or are you holding out for something else? We've got more in-depth reviews coming up, so stay tuned and ride safe out there.